Stop negotiating with self. The biggest reason why most men who are particularly skinny fats have trouble seeing consistent change with how they look in their physique is simply because they don't have the understanding they actually need to have to get themselves into a calorie deficit. And in doing so, to actually put themselves into a constant restriction to see gradual weight loss. The biggest reason and the most difficult thing because of that is if you don't have the right understanding of that of macronutrient distribution, how much calories in you should be consuming versus how much calories you should be burning in a day, it makes it so much harder to actually stay consistent, be in alignment with your goals, how you want to get there, and what you need to do to see the change in losing that stubborn belly fat, toning up your physique, whether it's your chest, whether it's your arms. Stop negotiating with self. This was something that I've had a thought on that a lot of us, a lot of men will struggle with doing the small things in their lives that are necessary to move the needle forward. Now, what does it mean to really negotiate with self? We negotiate with ourselves every single day, whether you know it or not. What food we're going to eat, if we're going to work out today, should you or should you not pick the right foods when you go grocery shopping? We do it every single day. Should you walk or not walk to get your steps in? We negotiate with ourselves every single day. And if you're able to if you're able to have more awareness in your life to know what you need to do and know for certain, have absolute certainty that you're going to get to that goal by following a simple set of steps every single day. You know you're going to tone up, you know you're going to lose weight, and you know for a fact you're going to drop 1 to 2 pounds per week. That's clarity, and you're not going to have the clarity with or by negotiating with yourself every single day by telling yourself, I'm going to go do this instead of hitting my workout today. I'm going to go do this other thing that takes priority over my life because this thing takes importance and precedence over my own personal health. And it gets to the point in today's society where people put off their health and prioritize other things because other things seem to be of a priority. And there is no greater priority than your own health, because if you don't have health, what do you have? Well, you are more susceptible to health complications that can lead to a result of poor health and poor health choices like diabetes, and diabetes which can lead into other health complications, things of that nature, which leads to a poor quality of life. We negotiate with ourselves every single day, and it's extremely important to be aware of it so you can make the right choices you need to make in your own life. Negotiating with yourself, negotiating with your mind, is negotiating with yourself to make the right decision every step of the way, right? And I look at that in every small thing that I do. Am I going to go to McDonald's when I know that the quality that I'm going to get out of the food isn't going to be entirely sustainable or entirely of rich nutrients that my body needs to tone up, aid in weight loss? Or am I going to go to Whole Foods, go to a grocery store, and line up my cart with the right things that I need so my body functions at peak capacity? So these are simple things we negotiate with every single step of the way. And negotiating with it is knowing that I'm going to do what I need to do every single step of the way so I can get to my goal. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to kill, sacrifice, or lose the important or get rid of the things you like to do in your life or you like to eat in your life. It simply means that you need to have a proper balance. You need to have a consistent mindset in terms of how you need to get to your goal, what you need to do in order to get to that end outcome. And that starts with negotiating with yourself and doing it in a way where you actually win, and you're not telling yourself you're going to go and choose lesser outcomes that don't give you the body, the results you're looking to achieve. At the end of the day, if you don't focus on what you can do and focus on the things that you're able to physically control in your life, because there are things that we can control. You can control how many steps you get in a day, you can control what food you put in your mouth, you can control your decisions to go to the gym, you can control. All of these things are controllable. There are going to be things that you can't control, and that's going to be completely fine. And the goal isn't to focus on what you cannot control, but to focus on what you can control. And in doing so, it's going to help you better to negotiate with self so you actually win, and you don't choose decisions that aren't going to fully guide you to get you closer to that physique. If you want to get to the goal, you have to understand how to prioritize not only your own health, and you got to prioritize balance of the things you like to eat versus what is necessary, what is mandatory to have in an actual diet. And only then when can begin to focus on and do that, are you going to see consistent change in how you look and toning up. You got to really think about it. Starting a fitness journey or starting a any new journey is going to be difficult at first. Why? Simply because you're not accustomed, your mind, or much less your body, isn't really at the point where it's going to realize how much of one thing it needs so it actually functions right. If all you've known your whole life is to consume a specific or a regulated amount of food, and that food, whether it's general fast food or whether it's food from the grocery store that isn't really of high potency, then that's probably all you're going to know or all you're going to have an interest in. So you're going to have a reliant, so you're going to rely more on the foods you used to continually eat in the past, which whether may or may not will work. That isn't the point. The point is that in order to lose weight and keep it off, your body needs to consistently have the right macronutrients in your body so it can reach your goal the right way. You've never known a man, nor have you ever seen somebody who achieved a weight loss goal and actually got physically ripped in body, his or her body looked good, reliant on junk food or reliant on pastries, reliant on cookies. I've never seen it. I truly never have. And it really does affect your performance, your energy, how you feel in the morning, your mood. It affects everything just by eating poor quality foods that you are continually having in your life, like it's a daily routine, like it's a literal habit, versus foods that are high in potency, like sweet potatoes, high in protein, which literally skyrocket your energy so you have crazy performance in the walks of life. The goal is to start negotiating better around your circle, around everything you do. It doesn't need to be just nutrition or just fitness alone. You can look into other ways, other avenues of your life, and look at how you're negotiating. Are you negotiating for best possible outcomes, or are you negotiating for lesser outcomes? Looking at that ideally, looking at it from that perspective is how you want to negotiate with yourself in your day to day. And in doing so, it's going to get you to go into a calorie deficit. It's going to help you to make the right choices to see your stomach fat going down, toning up, getting better energy levels up, and improving your overall quality of life. And if improving your overall quality of life is something that is of relative importance to you, then learning how to make better choices in your life is going to be the best thing. For instance, right, if you go to a local grocery store, you love ice cream, right, as much as I do, and you typically think ice cream is the reason for why you're fat, and you still love to consume it, yet you pick the wrong brand of ice cream due to the fact you're overlooking calorie count and other information around that. Instead of choosing Ben and Jerry's, which is around 1,100 calories or 1,000 calories plus in the entire serving, then you want to go for preferably Halo Top ice cream, which is 300 calories for only one pint. There are many different things and substitutions you can look at for weight loss. If I love Pure Leaf sweet tea is something that I love to drink, and I used to go for options that were the lemon Pure Leaf sweet tea or sweetened sweet tea. They also have other options for the highest amount of sweetened Pure Leaf sweet tea. And these are options you want to avoid, not because they're bad in a way. The contents have a higher amount of added sugars. There's obviously a higher calorie count, and sure, it may taste good in the moment, but it's not gonna be so sweet when you find yourself gaining weight. You find yourself gaining weight at a rapid pace on a regular basis or a weekly basis. You don't want that, which is why I go in for options like unsweetened. And if you want to sweeten it up, I personally don't need a sweetener for unsweetened Pure Life tea because I think it tastes great without all the extra sweetness in it. But you could use stevia, or you could use another brand of sugar that I'm going to label in this video. I think those two altogether are going to be perfect options if your goal is to get into a calorie deficit, get into a restriction, and you want to find ways or other options you can go about the process to where you're not cutting out your favorite foods. All you need are substitutions. You don't need to cut out anything. And with the right substitutions, is it going to allow you to get into a calorie deficit? Is it going to allow you to get into a restriction? And it's going to allow you to make better choices in negotiating with yourself to win and win it all in your fitness endeavor. And the only way you're going to win it all is if you make clear cut substitutions so you can eat your favorite foods without giving up your sanity and improving your overall quality of life. That is going to be it on how you can start negotiating with yourself and doing it better so you can improve your overall quality of life, so you can do better, be better, and accomplish everything you need in your own fitness endeavor. Follow and subscribe to this page to guide you to losing your next 10, 20, or even 30 pounds in your fitness endeavor.